How far did you go in school?
I graduated high school.
So what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Planning on going to the Air Force.
All right, I don't know if the Air Force is going to accept you with this.
Now, why would a slick little hustler like you want to sign up for this kind of abuse anyway? I want to fly jets, sir.
But why are you just now planning to go to the Air Force?
Nah, I was planning before that, but I got in a relationship and we had struggling paying bills, and we got frustrated with each other, and we got into it. But that's what I was planning on doing before I even got into it with her.
So your plan was to go into a branch of the military.
Air Force, yes.
So you got into a relationship and decided not to go into the military.
No, I still was going.
I got nowhere else to go.
Okay. All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 7677, State of Texas versus Devin Marquise Wilson. And everyone, if you're in the box, we're on the record. So if you'll ask the deputy to move your client down to the end, they will. All right. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Allie Jackson for the state.
Defense?
Douglas Catmeyer.
All right. And are you Mr. Wilson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We're here for sentencing. You entered a plea. It appears to be on October 9th. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at 5 years in the prison. The state is recommending community supervision, and they're taking some cases into consideration. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, ma'am.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Any witnesses, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Anything defense you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, you may proceed.
My client has taken several courses while he was incarcerated, including a 12-hour bid and another one I believe he had certificates for. Also, that he has no intention of ever contacting her again. He wishes to move to New Orleans to be with his family where he has support. And he was deferred because he's trying to, hoping that if he does get deferred, he can get out early, he can still have time to join the military.
All right. So what I have is an application just for community supervision. I don't have an application for deferred. Did he apply for deferred?
Was it? I can't remember the part of it.
I don't see it in here, Your Honor. I see it as being state recommending 5/5.
That's probably right. I just read that in the PSI that he wished to have deferred. But other than that, Your Honor, no, you're right. That's what it was.
All right. State, have you had contact with the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. And after having contact with the complainant, you still wish to proceed with the agreement as written?
Yes, Your Honor. But I will state for the record that the victim wishes that he would go to jail.
I don't want no Okie from Muskogee. I'd get that right here.
She does oppose or probation.
That's you understood. I want to marry a pilot.
Okay. All right. And I'm not the person who took this plea. There was another judge who took this plea. I believe it was Judge Angelini. And you're asking it to be transferred to New Orleans?
No.
All right. You need to speak up. You understand? How old are you?
20.
All right. So you need to speak up. All right. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. So who will you be staying with in New Orleans?
My family, my mom and dad.
Do they want you there?
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated high school.
So what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Planning on going to the Air Force.
All right, I don't know if the Air Force is going to accept you with this, but why are you just now planning to go to the Air Force?
Nah, I was planning before that, but I got in a relationship and we had struggling paying bills, and we got frustrated with each other, and we got into it. But that's what I was planning on doing before I even got into it with her.
So your plan was to go into a branch of the military.
Air Force, yes.
So you got into a relationship and decided not to go into the military.
No, I still was going.
Okay. All right. Any other questions from either side?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll follow the agreement that you reached. Court is going to sentence you to 5 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. Take in consideration 2023 CR 7676. State is rejecting JN number 2136366. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with TVYIAN Davis. The BIPP course. 100 hours of community service restitution. If the military accepts you, then probation and he's in the military, actually in it, then the community service hours can be waived. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
All right, that's good. There is to be weekly UAs. How long have you been in custody?
5 months.
All right, so you shouldn't have any marijuana in your system unless you were doing marijuana at the jail. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what I'll do is instead of weekly UAs, we'll do regular random UAs. Transfer to New Orleans, Louisiana. What's that parish?
Jefferson Parish.
All right, Jefferson Parish. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors until you're transferred. Who are you going to be living with?
I'm gonna go to the hotel.
All right.
I'm getting it.
There's to be monthly field visits until transfer.
So just want to make sure my client understands that when you get out, you cannot just go off with your mom. Is that correct, Your Honor?
Yes.
You have to wait until probation says you're transferred.
Okay.
All right. Probation. Is there anything else he needs? And state you wanted to.
Yes, Your Honor. If we can wait a few minutes to recall this, we do have victim impact after the sentence has been pronounced.
Okay, sure.
We are getting her though, so we might have to sit him down and come back.
Sure. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All right. Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and do you have the dismissal?
I will fill those out, and Your Honor, we do have a victim here for the victim impact.
All right. So if you'll stand there, are you aware, we're off the record, are you aware what victim impact is?
No, ma'am.
All right. That's where a complainant in a case or a victim in a case after sentencing basically tells you how they feel about how you've impacted their life with your actions. So I require everyone to treat with everyone with respect. So listen what is said and internalize it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because of your age and because of this, you probably should not be in any relationship until you take care of yourself and take care of your anger issues. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And before you start dating someone when you're in the military and you're off at boot camp and you're feeling lonely, watch An Officer and a Gentleman with Richard Gere. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If you'll stand over to the side.
Subscribe.
All right. We're back on the record. So you've been granted probation. I'm still going to let you have your probation, but you need to understand something. She doesn't want you anymore. You don't have any children, so that means you don't have any children with her. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you all have any property together? All right. So there is no need for you to contact her. There's no need for you to have somebody else contact her. She doesn't want flowers from you. She doesn't want to thank you. She doesn't want just because. She doesn't want, I'm sorry. She wants nothing from you. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you violate any of these conditions that I'm giving you, you're looking at going to prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything that you do not understand?
I understand everything.
All right. And is your mom employed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Miss Ferguson and Miss Abrams, he's going to be on GPS. You're going to be on GPS. You'll be allowed to work, and you're going to have to pay for GPS. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Could I see that file on him again, please? And do you understand the reason why the court is doing that?
To stay away from her.
Yes. And because you should not have contacted somebody from the jail. You understand? It amazes, we're off the record. It amazes me that people have charges, and then the person they have charges against, they contact them from the jail, asking them to put money on their books or whatever else they're doing, and having other people reach out to them. She doesn't want you reaching out to her. You understand? So we're going to do partial GPS for employment only.
Your Honor, to confirm that's until transfer, correct?
Yes, until transfer. Once he's in New Orleans, then he's in New Orleans. And state, if you'll talk to the complaining witness and find out if there's some area where she lives, so that he will not be in that area, because he's telling me he's going to be staying at a hotel. Is that correct? You need to say yes or no. I can't read your mind.
Your Honor.
All right. So,
At the area, yes,
yes.
Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Let's get the facts straight. She loves a verbal ashtray.
Yes.
Never blowing smoke
All right,
when she
Ms.
gets
Ferguson,
she's
on
quick to
Smith,
castrate. Love her on
said
a
that in the
good
video.
day. Love
They
her
say
on a
that.
bad day. Either way, she's
That's
here
when
to
they're
stay.
having-
Call up only